Have you ever stepped onto a plane, settled into your seat, and wondered if there was more you could do to make the journey truly comfortable as a senior? What if there were hidden benefits right at your fingertips, waiting for you to ask? Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 20 airline secrets designed to make your flights easier, safer, and far more enjoyable. From extra pillows to ease sore joints to small treats that turn an ordinary trip into something memorable. These insider tips are real game changers. Flight attendants are ready to help. You just need to know what to request. Stay with me until the end, because numbers 18, 19, and 20 are the ones seniors appreciate most, yet almost never ask for. Let's begin with something simple, but often overlooked: asking for extra pillows and blankets. Airlines usually stock more than enough, yet most passengers never think to request them. For seniors, this small step can mean the difference between an uncomfortable flight and one that feels restful and supported. These extra pillows and blankets are usually kept in overhead compartments or crew storage areas, and they're only given out if you ask. If you're dealing with a sore back, stiff knees, or simply want better neck support to sleep, don't hesitate to request one. And if you're feeling cold or need to make your seat cozier, that second blanket can make a world of difference. This is never a burden on the crew. Their priority is your comfort, and they'd much rather see you resting than struggling through the flight. Many seniors assume they shouldn't ask for more, but once they do, they're often pleasantly surprised. I remember one passenger with chronic lower back pain who told me that an extra pillow behind her lumbar area completely changed her flight from painful to restful. The key is to ask politely, ideally after the first service, or when a flight attendant passes by during a quieter moment. Such a simple request can turn long hours in the air into a far more relaxing experience. Now let's move to the next tip: hot water or tea for medication and comfort. For many seniors, taking medicine mid-flight is essential, yet swallowing pills with cold water can be uncomfortable or even irritating to the stomach. Cold water may feel harsh, and some medications dissolve better in warm liquid. What most passengers don't realize is that hot water is always available on board, since it's used for tea and coffee service. Asking for a plain cup of hot water costs nothing, and can make taking medication easier while also soothing an uneasy stomach during turbulence. This tip is especially helpful for seniors who prefer gentler options. Many travelers even bring along their own herbal tea bags, like chamomile or peppermint, to enjoy a soothing drink that's easier on the stomach than the usual black tea or coffee served on board. I've seen passengers smile with relief when they discover they can sip their favorite tea without any trouble. All you need to do is ask a flight attendant for a cup of hot water. If you're carrying your own tea bag, mention it so they can provide water at the right temperature. Such a small request can make taking medication easier and add a touch of home to your journey, keeping you calm and comfortable. Another little-known option is ice packs for swelling and pain relief. Long flights often cause swelling in the ankles, feet, or knees due to sitting for hours and cabin pressure changes. This is especially common among seniors, who may also deal with joint pain or headaches while traveling. Although airlines don't carry medical-grade cold packs, flight attendants can quickly create one by filling a small plastic bag with ice cubes and wrapping it in a cloth or napkin. These improvised ice packs work wonders for reducing swelling, soothing sore joints, or easing a tension headache. Over the years, I've prepared countless of these for passengers, and the gratitude from seniors is always genuine and heartfelt. I recall one elderly gentleman with swollen ankles who was amazed at how much relief a simple ice pack gave him during a transatlantic flight. To request one, just get a flight attendant's attention during a quiet moment and explain your need. Though rarely advertised, this service is widely available and can make a significant difference in your comfort. Another helpful option is makeshift tourniquet bands for support. Surprisingly, flights often have elastic bands, ties, or similar materials that can serve as light compression tools. While not medical-grade tourniquets, they're practical for keeping an ice pack in place or applying gentle pressure around a joint like the knee or wrist, to improve circulation and ease discomfort. This can be especially helpful for seniors who struggle with stiffness from sitting too long or need extra support for a sore area. I remember assisting an older passenger who wanted to secure an ice pack to her swollen ankle. Using a clean elasticized bandage from the onboard supplies, we were able to hold it in place, and she finally relaxed for the rest of the flight. These are not medical devices, but they're a thoughtful way to relieve minor discomfort. If you feel this could help, simply and discreetly ask a flight attendant what's available. The crew is trained to prioritize safety and will do their best to make sure you feel supported during your journey. One of the most practical yet overlooked services on a flight is assistance with overhead luggage. For seniors, lifting heavy carry-on bags into compartments can be challenging and is actually one of the most common causes of in-flight injuries, like back strains or shoulder pulls. I see older passengers struggle with this nearly every week. Many hesitate, wanting to stay independent or fearing they'll bother the crew. But let me be clear, helping with luggage is a core responsibility of flight attendants, and they're glad to do it. Whether it's lifting your bag into the bin during boarding or retrieving it after landing, all you need to do is ask. This simple request can prevent injuries and let you begin and end your flight feeling safe and cared for. I recall a senior couple who resisted asking for help, but when I lifted their bags with ease, the relief on their faces said it all. To keep things smooth, it's best to call a flight attendant before you attempt to lift, especially if the bag is heavy. Your safety is always the priority, and the crew is there to make your journey as stress-free as possible. Another important option is special meals beyond the standard choices. Airline meals are designed for the general public, but they can sometimes be too salty, too heavy, or unsuitable for dietary needs, especially for seniors who may require lighter or more specialized options. While pre-ordering a special meal, such as diabetic-friendly, vegetarian, or low-sodium, when booking your ticket is ideal, many seniors don't realize that extra special meals are often loaded onto the plane for last-minute needs. If the standard meal feels too heavy or doesn't fit your diet, simply ask a flight attendant if an alternative is available. I've surprised many passengers with vegetarian plates or low-sodium dishes tucked away in the galley. I remember one senior with heart concerns who was so grateful when we swapped a salty meal for a lighter option that left her feeling much better during the flight. Of course, there's no guarantee, but it's always worth checking since these meals are often easier to digest and more suited to health needs. Another important tip is to refill your water bottle for proper hydration. Staying hydrated on a flight is critical for seniors, as the dry cabin air can cause dehydration, fatigue, and discomfort. Buying bottled water at the airport is costly, and those tiny cups handed out during service are rarely enough. A practical solution is to bring an empty, reusable bottle through security and ask the crew to refill it during the flight. Most planes carry filtered water in the galley, and attendants are glad to help. This way, you'll have a steady supply without depending on small servings or paying inflated airport prices. I've heard many seniors say that this simple trick completely changed their travel experience, keeping them hydrated and energized. One passenger with a reusable bottle was delighted to have it refilled several times during a long-haul flight, saving her from repeatedly asking for small cups of water. Just hand your bottle to a flight attendant during service, and you'll stay refreshed for the journey ahead. Another useful tip is asking for extra snacks. Those little packets of pretzels, peanuts, or cookies are part of almost every flight, but many passengers think they're limited to just one. In reality, airlines often carry extras, and after the main service, there are usually leftovers available. This can be especially helpful for seniors whose eating schedules don't match the flight's service times, leaving them hungry at odd hours. If you'd like a little something to keep you going, don't hesitate to ask. I've given out countless extra packets, and seniors often express real gratitude for the option to have a small bite when hunger strikes. I recall one elderly traveler who said that an extra bag of crackers was all she needed to stay comfortable until her next proper meal after landing. A simple, polite request during a quiet moment is all it takes. Another often overlooked option is complimentary headphones. In-flight entertainment is a welcome way to pass the hours, but if you forget your headphones or bring a pair that doesn't fit the seat jack, you may end up in silence. Fortunately, most airlines keep spares available. For seniors, being able to enjoy a movie, some music, or even an audiobook can make a long flight feel much shorter, and missing out can be a real disappointment. If you find yourself without headphones, just ask a flight attendant for a pair. I've seen seniors light up when handed headphones, suddenly able to enjoy a movie or soothing playlist. One passenger who had forgotten her earbuds was thrilled to watch a classic film she hadn't seen in decades, all because she asked for a spare set. This service is usually free, and even if there's a small fee, it's worth it to avoid hours without entertainment. Another overlooked option is playing cards or activity packs. Long flights can feel endless, but airlines often stock cards, crossword puzzles, or small activity kits. While these are usually intended for children, seniors are welcome to request them. These items offer a refreshing, screen-free way to pass time. A crossword keeps the mind sharp, while a card game can turn hours into a joyful, shared memory. I've watched older couples happily play gin rummy or solve puzzles together, turning routine flights into moments of connection. Many passengers don't realize these items often go unused simply because no one asks. One senior once told me that a deck of cards transformed a dull flight into a fun moment with her husband, bringing back memories of their younger years. A small request like this can keep the mind engaged and make the journey far more enjoyable. Another valuable secret is free seat relocation for added comfort. Seniors often need extra legroom, a quieter space, or a seat closer to the restroom, yet many don't realize they can ask. Once boarding is complete and the doors are closed, attendants can usually spot open seats that better fit your needs. I remember helping one elderly passenger move to an empty row near the back where she could stretch out and rest for the entire flight. To benefit from this, wait until boarding ends and politely ask if there are open seats. Be clear about your needs, and the crew will accommodate you if it's safe and available. This simple request can turn a cramped flight into a pleasant journey, but many seniors don't know it's possible. Finally, there's assistance with customs forms and paperwork. Landing cards, customs documents, or digital entry forms can be intimidating with small print and confusing instructions. Flight attendants are trained to help, whether you need a pen, guidance on spelling, or step-by-step support. I've assisted countless seniors with these tasks, and the relief they feel is clear. One passenger was nearly in tears over a digital entry form until I guided her through it, making sure she could pass through customs with ease. If paperwork feels overwhelming, don't hesitate to ask. The crew is there to make the process smoother and less stressful. This support is part of the crew's role and is especially valuable in today's complicated world of travel documentation. Another little-known perk is the chance for a special cabin tour. For seniors who love aviation or are curious about how planes have changed, a brief tour is sometimes possible, usually after landing when the aircraft is empty. While not guaranteed, a polite request to the crew or even the pilots might give you a quick look inside the cockpit or crew areas. This can be a thrilling experience, particularly for those who have flown for decades and want to see how modern cockpits differ from the past. I remember escorting a senior couple to the cockpit after a flight, where the captain even let them sit in the pilot's seat for a photo. They later told me it was the highlight of their trip. These tours are a rare treat, often prioritized for seniors because of the joy they bring. While safety and scheduling may sometimes limit the opportunity, asking costs nothing, and the memory of chatting with the crew or standing inside the flight deck can be priceless. Another simple but important request is sanitizing wipes or tissues for cleanliness. In today's health-conscious world, seniors know how many germs can linger on tray tables, armrests, and seat belts. While bringing your own wipes is smart, airlines usually stock tissues, napkins, or even alcohol wipes that can be used to clean your area or freshen up during the flight. I've seen seniors carefully wipe down their seats, gaining peace of mind for the entire journey. One passenger used a few alcohol wipes to sanitize her tray table and armrests, later telling me she felt safer and more relaxed for the rest of the flight. If you need these items, just ask a flight attendant. These items are usually stored in the galley and provided free of charge. It's a small but meaningful gesture that helps you feel safe and comfortable in your seat. Another helpful option, often overlooked, is the seatbelt extender. Many seniors don't realize this exists, yet it can greatly improve both comfort and safety during a flight. Standard seatbelts are made with a one-size-fits-all design, but they don't always fit comfortably. Wearing a bulky sweater, a heavy jacket, or simply needing a little more room due to body shape or medical conditions can make a standard belt feel tight or even painful. Instead of enduring hours of discomfort or loosening the belt improperly, you can request a seatbelt extender from the crew. These are always free, and airlines carry several to ensure availability. The process is simple and handled with complete discretion. All you need to do is inform a flight attendant during boarding or once seated, and they will quietly provide the extender. If needed, they can even help attach it securely. I've seen seniors hesitate to ask, sometimes whispering out of embarrassment, but there's no reason to feel self-conscious. It's a common request, and the crew's priority is always your comfort and safety. Flight attendants handle these requests every day, and it's a routine part of ensuring passenger comfort and safety. Whether on a short domestic flight or a long international journey, your well-being is always more important than appearances. With a seatbelt extender, you can relax, feel secure, and travel with peace of mind. Another important consideration for seniors is priority bathroom access during turbulence. For many older adults, restroom needs can be a real challenge, especially when the seatbelt sign is illuminated for long stretches. Turbulence can force uncomfortable waiting times, which is particularly difficult for those with medical conditions like bladder issues, diabetes, or medications that increase restroom visits. Here's a valuable tip. Discreetly inform a flight attendant about your medical need or urgency. When the seatbelt sign is briefly off or conditions are stable enough, the crew will often prioritize your access to the restroom. Flight attendants are trained to balance safety with passenger needs, and they can even guide you carefully to the lavatory during light turbulence. I've personally assisted countless seniors in these moments, offering a steady arm and helping them reach the restroom safely. The gratitude and relief they express afterward are always deeply moving. The key is to communicate your needs early, before the situation becomes urgent. By letting the crew know in advance, they can plan to assist you smoothly, ensuring your comfort and dignity throughout the flight. Another simple but valuable option for seniors is complimentary earplugs and sleep masks. Long-haul flights can be exhausting, with cabin noise, bright lights, and constant movement making rest difficult. For older travelers, who often need more sleep to feel refreshed, these small aids can make all the difference. Many airlines keep supplies of earplugs, eye masks, or even small sleep kits with both items included. They aren't usually handed out to everyone, but they're easy to request. Earplugs can reduce the constant hum of engines, block chatter, or soften the sound of children crying, creating a quieter space to rest. An eye mask helps shut out the glare of overhead lights or sunlight streaming through windows, allowing the body to relax more easily. I've had seniors tell me these small items allowed them to truly sleep on a plane for the first time in years, arriving at their destination feeling more energized and ready to enjoy their trip. Don't hesitate to ask a flight attendant for these items early in the flight, ideally during boarding or before the cabin lights are dimmed. Using these complimentary resources can create a more restful and enjoyable journey, tailored to your needs. Another important option is free basic first aid supplies for minor ailments. While flight attendants are not medical professionals and cannot provide prescription medications, they are trained to offer simple first aid items that can make a big difference. This is especially helpful for seniors who may face small issues, such as headaches, upset stomachs, motion sickness, or minor cuts. Most airlines stock essentials like aspirin, motion sickness tablets, adhesive bandages, antiseptic wipes, and sometimes even antacids or other over-the-counter remedies. Seniors sometimes hesitate to ask, worried they might be a burden, but these supplies are carried for exactly that purpose. I've handed out countless bandages, pain relievers, and motion sickness tablets to passengers who were then able to continue their journey in much greater comfort. For example, a simple aspirin can ease a tension headache caused by cabin pressure, while a motion sickness tablet can calm nausea during turbulence. If you experience any minor discomfort during the flight, don't endure it in silence. Politely let a flight attendant know, and they will provide the appropriate supplies if available. The goal is always to keep you as comfortable as possible so you can focus on enjoying your journey rather than managing discomfort. Another small but refreshing perk is hot towels. Many people associate them only with business or first-class cabins, but few realize they can sometimes be requested in economy as well. Airlines often carry extra towels, and attendants are glad to provide them when possible. For seniors, a hot towel can feel wonderfully rejuvenating on a long flight. Whether you use it to wipe your hands, freshen your face, or simply enjoy a brief moment of warmth, this small luxury brings a sense of cleanliness and comfort. I've seen older passengers light up with delight after receiving one, often remarking how it made them feel renewed in the dry, recycled air of the cabin. While availability depends on the airline and flight, a polite request is often all it takes to enjoy this small but meaningful perk. Even if hot towels aren't available, flight attendants may provide alternatives like damp napkins to help you feel refreshed. It's a simple way to elevate your in-flight experience and arrive feeling revitalized. Another delightful option is special treats for birthdays and anniversaries. One of the most memorable ways to make a journey special is by sharing an occasion with the crew. If you're traveling on your birthday, wedding anniversary, or another milestone, quietly let a flight attendant know. Many airlines will do their best to make the moment memorable. Depending on resources, this could mean a complimentary drink, a small dessert, a handwritten note, or even a cheerful announcement if you're comfortable. I've seen seniors beam with joy after receiving a simple gesture to honor their day. A couple celebrating their 50th anniversary might be surprised with sparkling wine, while a senior marking a milestone birthday may receive a slice of cake from the menu. These gestures create lasting memories and add warmth to the travel experience. To give the crew the best chance to prepare, it's wise to mention your celebration early, during booking, check-in, or quietly when boarding. Not every airline can guarantee a treat, but the effort to acknowledge your milestone brings a special touch of kindness to the journey. It's a small way to make your journey feel truly special. And there you have it. 20 airline secrets that can make your next flight as a senior more comfortable, enjoyable, and stress-free. From extra pillows and blankets to special birthday treats, these tips are designed to help you travel with greater ease and peace of mind. Think about it. What surprised you the most? Was it the ice packs for swelling, the option of free seat relocation, or perhaps the simple comfort of a hot towel? These small gestures can truly transform the way you experience a flight. I encourage you to reflect on what you've learned today and put it into practice on your next trip. These little changes can make a big difference in how rested, safe, and supported you feel in the air. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace always. And remember to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint.